So we're going to take this information that's over in this Excel spreadsheet and we're going to put it over into Word. I'm going to go into my Word letter and I'm going to hit Control Z to go back a few lines to where I had the information where I wanted to insert it. So, the name of the investment, the interest rate, and the address block. And I know I'm going to merge this over here, so I actually am going to go ahead and expand this Word document, and we'll look back at this if we need to. But what I'm going to do is first find the mail merge options. So the mail merge options, again, it's not about mailing always, it's just about merging those files, is underneath mailings, because that tends to be when you're merging things. So under mailings, you have first a create area if you are using envelopes or labels, because your formatting of your document is different when you have an envelope because they're a different size, or when you have a label because they are have a table essentially set out, and we'll look at labels in the future. Then you can see here that you have the ability to start a mail merge. When you click the Start Mail Merge button, there are multiple options. There's letters, email messages, envelopes, labels, directory, a normal old Word document, and then the step-by-step mail merge wizard. We're going to use the wizard first, and a wizard essentially is just a dialog box with questions that you answer to walk you through the steps of the process of a mail merge. And so it's the quickest way and great for if you've forgotten how to do a mail merge. So if you go years down the road and you're like, hey, I know how to merge documents, I just don't remember the exact steps, the mail merge wizard is perfect for that. So we're going to go ahead and use that step-by-step mail merge wizard. That will open up on the right over here. So I'm going to go ahead and move my video over so we can see that. And it says, first question, select the document type. What type of document are you working on? Are you creating a letter? Are you emailing messages out? Are you doing an envelope? Are you creating labels? Or are you doing a directory? We are, in fact, creating a letter. Now, I want to point out real quick that letters doesn't always mean a letter. Like, this is a dear so-and-so with a letter, yours truly, a signed name. A letter is literally a document. So if I was creating a flyer or a brochure or an agenda for somebody or a personalized invitation, those are all letters. So anything that's a document is a letter. Email messages is going to help you work with your Outlook program. Envelopes is going to change the size of your page. Labels is going to put in a table to control where your labels are. And so those are going to change the way your document looks, but letters is just a regular old document, however you want it formatted. So we're going to stick with letters, and we are going to go ahead and click next down at the bottom where we have our steps. The next step is to choose who or how you want to set up your document. Do you want to use the current document that you have open, that you've opened the mail merge wizard in? Do you want to grab a template that's already provided or that you've created? Or do you want to go find an existing document that you don't have open it up, and use it as the mail merge? In this case, we have the letter open, so we're going to use the current document because that's the one we're looking at. Then we're going to go ahead and hit next. This is where you now select recipients. Recipients is essentially the list you want to merge. Recipients usually is who you want to send things to or put their names into the document or those kinds of things. But let's think, for instance, you're a caterer all of a sudden. So let's pretend that you are a caterer who provides food at events. You want to make place cards for each of the different dishes that you put out for a buffet style of catering. To do this, you could handwrite each of them, you could create a table and print them out and do all these things, or you could have a list of all the things that you wanted to have as your food cards in Excel or in Word. Then you can come into Word, make a page the size of your food card, place the text where you want it to be, and then use a mail merge to grab all of the names of the foods and place them one by one into the table card. The mail merge in this case, the recipients would be the list of all the foods. So essentially, when we say recipients, it's usually the people you're sending to, but sometimes it's just a list. So keep that in mind, because I've done things where, like, I use a mail merge for events. Like, I want to make signs for each of the doors that I'm going to have for all of my different things for my conference. That's not people. It's not a recipient. It is, in fact, just a list. So selecting recipients is selecting your list of items. We can either use an existing list, we can select from our Outlook context, which Outlook is the most commonly used email program out there by Microsoft, or we can type a brand new list on our own. We're going to, in this case, use a new list. But before we use a new list, I want to talk about what it would be like to type a new list.